Was there a big difference in terms of flying the Wessex when you went to the RAF compared to the Navy, and even, I guess, the banter there as well? How did that fare?
The banter on search and rescue is unique to search and rescue, obviously, because of the nature of it. A lot of humour might not be allowed these days, for example. You know, it's very dark humour a lot because of what we did. It didn't, when people ask me that question before, I say, well, thoroughly enjoyed it. The Navy was far better socially.
Okay.
And there was more of a community with the Royal Navy. With search and rescue, because we were much smaller, we did have a little community with the families and the rest of it, but it wasn't on the same scale. Still enjoyable and really nice, great. And of course, domestically, it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. As for flying techniques, some were slightly different. I mean, I got not into trouble, but when I did my search, when I came to the Air Force, I had to go and do a Wessex refresher at Shawbury, which was fine. There were things like the rear crew, they got them to monitor our checks in a way it was never monitored in the Navy. The pilots just got on with it.
Right.
Which I had to adjust to. And then went to Valley to do about 4 weeks of their search and rescue course. And the way that we did hovering in the Navy was a bit different from the Air Force. The Air Force said, you have to look out the front, use the horizon, and use that as your primary reference. And I thought, well, that's not very sensible, because the weather might be bad, you haven't got a horizon, I don't want to be looking at the artificial horizon. Mm. And in the Navy, we'd always just put our head out the side, because we had the big door of the Wessex. The Wessex was fantastic with the big door there. Then you just hover, you know. Yeah. You use the downwash if it was around you, or just look at the breaking water. And they tried to beat me out of it. And so I played the game whilst I was there, but as soon as I got to the squadron, I went back to my old ways.
No slap on the wrist.
It was so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what was it like working at Lucas? Did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, very, very happy 4 years there. Didn't want to leave. They were lovely guys. The engineers were fantastic. We all worked as one. There was no rank there.
Okay.
Everybody just respected experience. We used to cook for each other. Well, I was pretty awful at that, so I mainly did the washing up and stuff. But yeah, it was really nice. It was one big community. And the engineers would go above and beyond to keep the aircraft flying. And we were lucky. I mean, when you arrive, even though with my experience, I had no experience of search and rescue. So, and it was a single pilot. So I was always, in the early days, crewed up with a very experienced navigator, winchman. Which was priceless, the way to learn. I had people who'd flown Victors and Vulcans and Canberras and all sorts, and then come to Rotary as well, and they'd flown Whirlwinds and all sorts, you know, around the world. So it was a terrific place to learn. Yeah. Great bunch.